And we're back for our daily MLB Best Bets here. It's a new week, which means we're going to start over this week. All right, the end of last week wasn't very good, so we are going to make things right to start this week. Monday, April 14th, most teams are playing today. Well, over half teams are playing today, so a pretty good slate to deal with. The Washington Nationals are pissing me off, and we're going to get to them in a second with our daily Nationals best bet. But we got some money lines we like today. I think our NRFI luck is going to turn around today, and we're going kind of towards the lock side of the NRFI in terms of, we're kind of paying a price with the odds, but you'll see it, and then a player prop to close the night as well. So folks, before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB best bets here on the channel. Tomorrow we will have our NBA play-in predictions and best bets. It is going to be Warriors and Grizzlies and Magic versus Hawks, so make sure to join us for that video tomorrow. And also earlier today we posted our PFL 3 predictions over on Greedo Plays MMA, Impuka Sanganai and Fabian Edwards in the main event over there. Go check out that video, link in the description down below, and go subscribe to Greedo Plays MMA as well. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers over there, so be a part of that and show us some love on that channel. Okay. On to the first of our 5 best bets today. We start things off with the Washington Nationals best bet. We're going with the straight under. 7.5. I don't know what it's going to be. If it's 7.5, even better. If it's 7, I'm honestly okay with that too. I don't expect many runs to be scored today. You look at the Nationals, for as much as I hate to say this, they're due for some regression hitting-wise. Yesterday they weren't great. Just a lot of missed opportunities. I don't really want to go too in-depth about how much the Nationals are pissing me off right now, but, they had an opportunity on Saturday to get to 7-7, and yet they've lost back-to-back games against the Marlins after winning series against both the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers, and now they're 6-9. And they're likely going to be 6-10, because, I hope they beat the Pirates today with Paul Skeens, but I doubt it. Now, Skeens is coming off a bad start, which does give me a little bit of hope with the Nationals, right? I mean, Skeens, 6 innings, 5 runs. That was against the Cardinals. I mean, I don't really dislike the Nats' bats in terms of, I think they can do what, honestly, the Cardinals can do. Now, against Skeens, I don't know. And the Pirates lineup, and this is why we're going with the under, guys. The Pirates lineup isn't that good. They got shut out yesterday against the Reds, and yes, that was Hunter Green on the mound, but we had that in our 2-leg parlay, obviously, with Cincinnati and San Diego, but the Pirates can't hit. I mean, Brian Reynolds is their only guy in their lineup batting over 200. Now, you take this Pirates lineup against a guy in Brad Lord, who is making his second career start in the bigs, went 4 innings against the Dodgers and performed fairly well, struck out Shohei twice. I think this sets up for a pretty low-scoring game. I think Brad Lord's going to go 5 or 6 innings. It'll be the deepest start of his, major league career so far. And I don't think the Pirates I think the Pirates score maybe max 1 and 2 runs. I know, again, we said that, Mackenzie Gore and Trevor Williams were going to be able to deal with the Marlins, which obviously didn't happen. But I think Brad Lord's going to give us some good innings tonight. Now, we know what Paul Skeens can do. I expect Paul Skeens to bounce back tonight, and I expect Skeens to honestly go 7 innings and give up no runs. I think this is going to be like a 1-2, 1-0 type game. I'm hoping the Washington Nationals can get out of it. I'm hoping once we get into the bullpens, the Pirates are 5-11. And if we're being honest, guys, the Nationals should win this series 3-1. For as much as this sucks right now, the Nationals should come out of this series 9-10. Will they? Probably not, but maybe they will. Maybe they can still finish the road trip over 500, right? I like the matchups coming up down the stretch. I know, again, we have Jake Irvin pitching tomorrow, but I still think the Nationals can win the final 3 games of the series. Tonight, it's going to be all about the bullpens, the Nats' bullpen's shaky. But I really think the Pirates have one of the worst lineups in all of baseball. They don't hit, and I get it. They faced Hunter Green last night, but look at this entire squad. Valdez in the leadoff spot bats 142, Reynolds 206, O'Neal Cruz bats 195, Rodriguez 178, Canario 105, Kiner Falefa 260, okay, Adam Frazier 160. Henry Davis doesn't have a hit this year. So this team's worse than the Marlins. Guys, if the Nationals can't beat the Pirates in a series, oh my God. I'm getting to the point where it's just like, we're only 15 games in the season, and I'm so sick of Washington Nationals baseball already. How do you beat the Dodgers and Diamondbacks in back-to-back series, then lose 2 of 3 in Miami? I don't know. If I had to guess, I think the Pirates win today. I think, I like Brad Lord, but I think the Pirates are going to get something, and I just don't know if the Nats can do literally anything against Paul Skeens. I have hope for James Wood, potentially. I was going to go Dylan Cruz over on hits today. I'm not going to do it just because Dylan Cruz, guys, is 1-for-1 career against Paul Skeens. It was a solo home run. When Paul Skeens was the closer at Air Force, Dylan Cruz took him yard freshman year at LSU. Dylan Cruz is 1-for-1 career against Skeens. That is an optional play. I do think Cruz is actually going to get a hit against Skeens, and I am hoping, this is half hope, half legit, I do think this is going to be the game that's going to turn around Cruz's season. It's going to be a hit over his former teammate and Paul Skeens. They work out together in the offseason. Cruz knows what Skeens throws. He's seen it all the time. I do think he's going to get a hit tonight. But I'm just concerned of what the Nationals are going to be able to do hitting-wise tonight. But I do think at the same time, Brad Lord's going to give us good innings. And the bullpen, we haven't seen the A bullpen in a while. Jose Ferrer hasn't pitched since Friday. Kyle Finnegan hasn't pitched since Friday. We're going to see some of the better Nats relievers. I didn't mind the MLB debut of Cole Henry yesterday. Rabalta's on the injured list now, which sucks. But it is what it is. I'm taking the under in this game, 7.5/7, either or. If you can get 7.5, take it. I think the under cashes tonight. I think we see a 2-1 or a 1-0 final. Let's hope it's the Nats, but I don't have too much hope in that. Hopefully we get the Nats at plus money tomorrow with Jake Irvin on the mound. I think that would be a much better play. Let's move on to our second best bet of the video. We go to our first money line of the day. We go to Citizens Bank Park here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for the Philadelphia Phillies and the San Francisco Giants. We're going with the Phillies money line. Guys, I don't know what happened to Taijuan Walker and, who this alien is pitching or this robot that took Taijuan Walker and is posing as Taijuan Walker right now, but it's crazy. Taijuan Walker, and I understand the two starts against the Rockies and the Braves. And the Braves can be very, off and on. But guys, Taijuan Walker through 10 2/3 innings hasn't given up a run this season. Yeah, and he's given up 8 hits. For the longest time, last year it was, okay, the Phillies have 4 really good starters, and they're probably going to lose every 5th day. You can probably just, for the most part, or at least Philadelphia, like in the Phillies' mindset is, all right, we're going to have to score a lot on every 5th day because Taijuan Walker's on the bump. Hasn't gone that way yet. This is by far his biggest challenge. You get the San Francisco Giants, a team that is 11-4 this season. They're in first place in the National League West, and the Padres they're second place in the National League West behind the Padres, but it's a very good lineup. Elliot Ramos batting 200, but still he can hit. Jung-Ho Lee is an all-star. Jung-Ho Lee yesterday goes 2 for 3 in the Bronx with 4 RBI and 2 home runs. Yeah, the guy, dare I say he's an MVP candidate? Dare I say it? I know Shohei plays out here in the National League, but dare I say Jung-Ho Lee is going to finish in the top 5 of the MVP race this season. The guy's that good, and he is a plus outfielder as well in terms of, fielding abilities. Wilmer Flores has been great. Matt Chapman really hasn't gotten it going yet, but we know that guy's going to deliver eventually. Yastrzemski will start tonight. Obviously didn't play yesterday because Carlos Rodon was starting, but, with the righty on the mound, there will be Yastrzemski in the lineup. Patrick Bailey still hasn't gotten it going yet, but this is a test for Taijuan Walker. If this is a new Taijuan Walker of sorts, well, here we go. If he's, officially back, if we can never say that, this is going to be the game to test that. Pitching for the Giants is Landon Rupp. 3.6 ERA so far this season, goes 4 innings in the Houston game, gives up 3 runs. Reds game, the 1-0 loss for the Giants. He goes 6 innings, 7 hits, only 1 earned run. The Phillies lineup was oddly very bad in the St. Louis series. They lost 2 of 3 out there. The Phils are only 9-6, and the entire National League East actually is not playing their best baseball. Like, for as much as I've been dooming on the Nationals right now, they're only 4 games out of first place, which actually is so depressing to say we're 15 games into the season. I'm already coping that we're only 4 games out. The Mets are in first place. That's not going to hold. How are the Marlins over 500, man? That team is just, God. The Phillies' bats were oddly quiet in the St. Louis series. 0 runs the first night. That was expected. It was coming off the 7-hour marathon game in Atlanta. They scored 4 in the second game in a 4-1 victory. And then yesterday they lost 7-0. Zach Wheeler didn't have his best day. Wheeler's actually been kind of shaky this season, and the Phil's bats just have not been able to get going. Bryce Harper had 1 of 3 hits. It was Harper, Ramuto, and Sosa, who's actually been playing great ball this year. They all love Sosa. He's batting .444. Yeah, this is a bounce-back series for the Phillies. They're back at home in Philly. They're always a better team at home. The Giants are still on this road trip. And I'm kind of buying into Taijuan Walker. Not entirely. This isn't the main reasoning for this pick. It is the Phillies' bats, and I think they have to bounce back. And I like the matchup with Landon Rope on the mound. 26-year-old righty, 3.6 ERA this season. Does have some strikeout ability. Obviously, 8 strikeouts in his first start against the Astros. but this is a very winnable matchup for the Phillies, and I think they get it tonight. So I'm expecting the bats to get going. I'm looking at Trey. I'm looking at Bryce. I'm looking at Schwarber. They should have traded Alec Bohm in the offseason. Let's just be honest, guys. Bohm's been so bad this year. He's batting 150. It's insane. But I'm taking the Phillies to win this game at home against the Giants. Yes, the Giants are good, but I think this is a great value for the Philadelphia Phillies. I said this at the beginning of the season. This is still the team I think is going to win the World Championship this year. If we get them anywhere near even money, we're going to take it. So we're going to take Philadelphia here. The way Walker's been pitching, I like them here at home against the Giants. Minus 120 for the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's go on to our third best bet. We go to our next money line. Then we'll go to our NRFI, then our best player prop. We're going to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And I'm going with the Blue Jays against the Braves. We're going to continue to fade Atlanta, who, hey, for as bad as it is with the Nationals, we still have 2 games on the Braves right now. All right, Atlanta's 4-11. We're still waiting for Ronald Acuna Jr. to return, obviously, and Spencer Strider for that matter as well. But Atlanta just has been bad. Another lost series against Tampa. They lose the first and third games of that series in Florida, and now they got to continue on the road. They go up to Canada. A Blue Jays team that did lose the first game of their series against the Orioles, but bounced back yesterday, winning 7-6 against that Baltimore team. I'll be honest, the main reason we're going with this is because of the pitching matchup. And this is not, a hit on Grant Holmes. I don't think Grant Holmes is horrible, but, he's going to pitch some tonight. I don't know how much he's going to go because Holmes is, he will pitch. He'll give you 4 or 5 innings, but he's more of an opener, if anything. So I'd expect, to see a lot of this Atlanta bullpen tonight. Maybe, again, 4 innings out of Grant Holmes. In the last 2 games, he's pitched 4 innings. Against the Dodgers, he went 4 with 4 runs. Phillies game, again, 4 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs. He does walk guys. I mean, he's going to walk almost on average a batter every single inning. So it gives the Blue Jays a lot of opportunity to put guys on base. And I said this the last time we talked about the Blue Jays when we talked about Vladimir Guerrero and we had him on the over total bases last week. Them re-signing Guerrero and putting, full confidence in this team's ability to move forward and to keep this, I don't want to say young core anymore because Bichette and Guerrero are older now, but to keep this core together and to continue to put pieces together, they have, really just rejuvenated this squad. I mean, Bichette and Guerrero have been great this year. Bo is batting .314, Vladdy is batting .302 right now. Springer's batting .375. Santander is still yet to really get hot, but he's still going to give you the power numbers. And Andres Gimenez has been swinging a great bat this season as well for the Blue Jays. And now they're back at home. I mean, I really think, again, that Vladdy signing, and sure, wasn't an overpay? Maybe, but you really put full confidence in your team. And another guy we have a lot of confidence in tonight here in this matchup is Easton Lucas. The lefty at Thousand Oaks, California, has pitched 2 very good games this season. The first against the Washington Nationals, he goes 5 innings, gives up 1 hit. The Red Sox game, 5 1/3, gives up 3 hits. We have gone with the Blue Jays both times, or actually the one time that Easton Lucas has pitched since the Nats game, if I'm not mistaken. Or did we have? We might have had Francis. Regardless, or nothing. We had NRFI for Easton Lucas's last start, if I'm not mistaken. Regardless, I've liked what I've seen out of Lucas. I wasn't all that impressed with what he did last year, I'm going to be honest. As I was getting ready for that Nationals game, he was pretty bad in 2024, right? ERA of 10, but so far so good this year. He's dealt with a Nationals lineup that can be very off and on, but fared pretty well against the Boston Red Sox, and it's not like we're too concerned about what the Braves are coming back at him with. I mean, Atlanta's still struggling at the plate. Team scores 3 runs yesterday. I think, other than Riley and Ozuna, everyone's struggling on this team. Nick Allen's actually been playing some great baseball right now. He's batting .320. I still don't trust what the Braves are, offering. There are some favorable matchups with the lefty. A guy like Marcell Ozuna is going to have a much better matchup tonight. Hell, a Sean Murphy. But at the same time, it does create for some tougher matchups for the Braves bats with Lucas, a lefty on the mound. I mean, Michael Harris doesn't always hit as well against lefties. Sometimes he gets bumped to the 9 against lefts. Ozzy Albies hits right-handed pitching a lot better than he does left-handed pitching. I mean, Jared Kelenic, I don't know if he's going to be in the lineup today, but there are some tougher matchups that 100% Atlanta's going to have to deal with tonight. So I do like the matchup for Easton Lucas, and you look at the Blue Jays bats against a guy in Grant Holmes who's not going to give you that much length. They're going to have to go to the bullpen, and Toronto's bats have not been bad this year. Again, with Bichette, with Guerrero, with Springer. Santander is still going to give you that power in the 3 spot every night, and I still firmly believe Atlanta's cold. They're still on the road. They had to go all the way from down south in Florida all the way up to the north in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I just don't think it's a great matchup for them. I think Atlanta's going to continue to lose. I'm going to take the Toronto Blue Jays to win this game outright. Odds are exactly even, -110 on both sides, and we are obviously taking the -110 for the Blue Jays. So give me the Jays at home here in Canada. We go to our fourth best bet of the day. Let's go to our daily NRFI. It is with the Detroit Tigers and the Milwaukee Brewers. So I mentioned this earlier, and I said we're going for a Nerfy today where we just got to get one in the bag, all right? We started off the year so hot with Nerfies. We have cooled down some, in all fairness. We've been kind of killed with the solo home run at times. All right, Tigers, Brewers, let's just get one in the bag. The more difficult part, I believe, is going to be dealing with the Tigers bats, who have been very off and on, but at their best, they can get you this season 100%. And I am a little bit concerned with the Brewers pitcher and Tyler Alexander, who's been good this season. He is an opener. He's, for the most part, the longest he's gone in a game this year was 5 2/3 against the Cincinnati Reds. But other than that, he has not gone more than 4 innings. But again, we don't care about how long he goes in this game. We just need 6 outs and 3 from each pitcher to start the game. So I think Tyler Alexander, the lefty, can give us a solid start. Again, we just need those 3 outs. I'm not concerned about Tarek Skubal getting 3 outs. I understand Skubal started his year very poorly against the Dodgers and then against those Seattle Mariners that really struggle to hit at times. But he bounced back on Tuesday against the New York Yankees, going 6 innings, only allowing 4 hits and getting 6 strikeouts. That's the Cy Young and Tarek Skubal that we know. So I'm not concerned about Skubal finding a way to get 3 outs. The Brewers are coming off back-to-back losses in Arizona to the Diamondbacks. Yesterday, they lost 5-2. They did score 2 runs in the first inning yesterday, but then they didn't score runs for 8 innings straight. I think Skubal makes it 9 consecutive innings. There is a little bit of fear of the power hitting spot for Contreras. Average isn't that great this year, but yes, Contreras can take you deep. Bryce Turang can definitely get on base, and Jackson Chourio can 100% get on base as well. I'm not concerned with Christian Yelich, lefty-lefty. I'm just going to be honest with you. Right, but the main concern with the Milwaukee bats will be Contreras with the deep fly if they can get it to him, and then Turang or Chourio getting on base, and the speed that those guys have as well. That's the concern there, but I'm willing to put a lot of trust into, one of, if not the best pitcher in the entire major leagues in Tarek Skubal. So I'm fine with that, right? In the game's in Milwaukee. So in the bottom half of the inning, I'm okay with that. On to the top half of the inning. So again, the Tigers, you know how AJ Hinch manages, right? He has his 2 different lineups for lefty and righties. Half this team is a platoon, but obviously the guys at the top of the order, for the most part, will stay. You will see a guy like Riley Green potentially bump down the order a little bit with the lefty on the mound, but for the most part, you're going to see Gleyber Torres against Tyler Alexander. He bats first pretty much every single night for this team. It's a favorable matchup for Torres, I understand, but we just got to get those type of outs, all right? We just got to get one of those. We'll see a guy like Kerry Carpenter, a Spencer Torkelson, guys who've been hitting the ball very well this season. I just need Tyler Alexander to get us outs. But I think, again, for a guy like Alexander who's not going to give you that much depth, or that much length in a game like this, I'm okay with taking him on the Nerfy because he's going to obviously be at his best for the first inning. There's a reason why Alexander doesn't go as deep into games as other guys is because he is a relief pitcher, more of a long relief pitcher. But there are going to be games where he's just going to go 1 inning. So it is a bullpen game here for Milwaukee, which honestly I think benefits us because you're going to get the best of Tyler Alexander. It's not like he's pitching for, okay, well, I got to set myself up for the second and the third and the fourth. No, he's trying to get these 3 outs, and for the Brewers, they're just going to play this as they go and, ride the hot hand if Alexander is throwing the ball well. So it's important for the Brewers and Alexander himself to get off to a hot start tonight, to give that team some support in terms of trying to get the bullpen into the game and whatnot. So it's a really important inning for the Brewers, and I think Tyler Alexander will give us a good 1-2-3 inning. He's not pitched since Wednesday against the Rockies in Colorado, where he did go 3 2/3 and give up 2 hits, but that's at Coors Field, 6 hits and 2 runs with the homer. But again, that's Coors Field. I'm not going to tell you that, Milwaukee is the most pitcher-friendly park. It's definitely not like Colorado in terms of, the ball's not going to fly like it does in Colorado. But I think Tyler Alexander, again, will be able to get us the outs. And again, it's crucial for their start that he does, or for the Brewers as a whole, that he does get those outs. So I'm okay with this. Give me Tyler Alexander, Tarek Skubal with the Tigers and with the Brewers, NRFI, 6 outs in this game. I think we can get back on track today. I certainly hope so. Let's go on to our final best bet of the day, and we go to our best player prop. We were a half a strikeout off, or one strikeout off of Zach Gallen yesterday, unfortunately. Same line today with Dustin May. I'm just going under this time around. The Dodgers are huge favorites tonight. Will they beat the 3-12 Colorado Rockies? Probably. I would be surprised if they didn't. Colorado has gone now 27 consecutive innings without scoring a run. That's embarrassing. After they scored 5 runs to win against the Milwaukee Brewers on Thursday, in a game where obviously we had the Brewers, of course, and then the Rockies randomly scored 5 runs in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Thanks, Joel Payamps. Great job, man. The Rockies have responded by not scoring a single run since. Okay, that's tough. They have to break through tonight. They absolutely have to. They had 2 hits yesterday against Michael King and the Padres. The Rockies will get something going, I believe. I think. Okay, guys, Michael King goes 9 innings and only has 8 strikeouts. I don't expect Dustin May to go more than 6. I just don't. I just don't. With the injury past and the history and coming back from the injury, I don't think they're going to... Again, if May's hot, that's great, but they're not going to continue to extend him in this game where he's going 7-8 innings. So there is a very small sample, or very small, allotment of time that Dustin May gets in this game to get strikeouts. Again, in the entire game yesterday in San Diego, Michael King got 8 strikeouts. That's great, but he pitched 9 innings. Dustin May's not pitching 9 innings today. We just need the Rockies to battle. We just need them to fight, right? No Doyle in the lineup, which makes them even worse. The guys who struck out multiple times yesterday were Michael Toglia, who still can't get it going. He's batting 179. Ryan McMahon, who, yes, he's got pop, but he's going to swing and miss. And then Zach Veen, the rookie, who is batting 136. I just feel like nothing can go their way right now in Colorado. We just need them to battle tonight. We just need them to fight. At the same time, I understand there's a lot of pressure in Colorado because they've gone 27 consecutive innings without scoring. They got swept and shut out in San Diego. The Rockies, do look like seriously the worst baseball team of all time. And I'm sure their luck's going to change when they play the Washington Nationals this weekend, isn't it? If the Nats don't sweep this team, there's something wrong. That's why I'm still holding out hope the Nats can finish this road trip over 500. I'm just saying. Anyways, as much pressure as you think there's on the Rockies, guys, there's a lot of pressure on the Dodgers right now. Just think about it, guys. This team's 11-6, which sure, again, if the Nationals were 11-6, I'd be throwing a party every single night. So, it's so hard to be a Dodgers fan, right? But at the same time, the Dodgers have lost 5 out their last 7 games with starting 8-0, right? They lose the last game to the Phillies. They lose that series 2-1 Philadelphia. They lose the Nats series 2-1 for the Nats. Cubs series, they lose 2-1 as well. There is pressure on the Dodgers after losing 16-0 on Saturday night. They lost on Sunday Night Baseball yesterday 4-2. There's pressure on them, 100%. They were like minus 200, 220 yesterday, and today they're minus 360 against the Rockies. I'm not telling you to bet on Colorado. All I'm saying is there is pressure on the Dodgers to get it going, and that pressure does get deflected, honestly, on Dustin May. I think Dustin May is just going to be pitching to get outs here. He's not going to be pitching for the strikeout, and I think the Rockies, honestly, will get themselves out. Because I do think Colorado is going to be trying to jump on counts early because of what they, were doing in the San Diego series. I expect them to jump on counts early, put the ball in play, and see what happens. I think it's just going to be tough for May to get those 6 strikeouts, especially when we look at what he's done so far this year. He gets 6 strikeouts in the Braves game in 5 innings. That was great. He struck out the side to start that game, right? Other than that, 3 more strikeouts for 4 innings. And in the Nats game, he had 1 strikeout in 6 innings. The Nats ended up winning that game, obviously, but only 3 hits for Washington. But still, the Nats were getting themselves out by putting the ball in play. So I don't think May's got the most strikeout stuff. And I get it's Colorado, but sure, Michael King only had 9 strikeouts in 9 innings, which is a lot in all fairness, 8 strikeouts in 9 innings. It's a lot, but that's, 1 strikeout, less than 1 strikeout an inning, which will do it for us if Dustin May goes 5 or 6. So I'm okay with this. Give me the Colorado Rockies to fight and battle tonight in the final game of the nightcap. I'm taking Dustin May under 5.5 strikeouts. Basically even odds for this one, minus 110 on the under for Dustin May tonight at Chavez Ravine. So folks, thank you all for watching our MLB Best Bets here for April 14th. If you have not yet though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back tomorrow for more daily MLB Best Bets and the first of our NBA play-in predictions and best bets. And go make sure to check out Greedo Plays MMA, weekly MMA content, or more than weekly MMA content coming up or going on that channel. So make sure to go over there and hit that subscribe button down below on this channel and on Greedo Plays MMA as well. Folks, thank you all for watching. Make sure that subscribe button down below for more. And Mamba forever.